Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Evil Twins. We're in the whole new world. The atomic bomb of a balance patch update has dropped. If you're watching this on YouTube, we did our initial impressions and tier list on onwards, but
Prime.
I'm not happy with the tier list at all. Not even slightly. Not even slightly. I think around the top is mostly okay, but the bottom is like could not be more wrong. So we're gonna go through this today. Have you enjoyed that update so far, Luke? How's it going?
I like. I'm a Stonehorn.
Luke sent me a photo of him with like 7 Stonehorns on the screen. I've always been an ogre player. I've always been an ogre player. The ogres are actually. They are actually in your regular rotating stream of hacky armies, right? They are actually like. They're in there, right?
Oh yeah, I've won a few tournaments with ogres, so it's not like I've never used them before. But I sent Fabs also used ogres, and I said,
yes.
These are back. These are back, by the way.
Yeah.
These are back, by the way. And it's like my head's not in Warhammer at the moment.
Then get it in Warhammer. They're back. Yes, they are unfortunately back.
Alan's just running around clapping everybody, isn't he?
Yep. So it's a problem. So one of the things that I think has made a massive difference in the game is the prized beast honor guard thing, which is just 100 times better than all the other ones. Like just having +1 to hit and no battle damage on a monster the whole game, no questions asked. It's just better than the other ones. Like it's just like. Okay, +2 move is great, but I mean, if you're realistic about it, it's only gonna matter like for the first 1 or 2 turns, right? And then you're close enough, or your army's split up enough that the +2 move doesn't mean much. So it's all right, but not amazing to be honest. A lot of the armies that really want the +2 move also suck, so that's also part of it. But
imagine if Nighthawk could get +2 move.
Oh no.
That'd be pretty good.
Yeah, no.
But luckily they didn't do that.
Luckily they cannot. That would have been interesting. Yeah, but like your Fire Slayers and Iron Jaws of the world, like I don't really think the +2 move suddenly makes those armies good, unfortunately.
No.
There's a few armies where it does make a big difference. We'll talk about those, but for the most part, no. And then Bodyguard is like fully dead. Like I think the only time you'd maybe use it now is if you have like a Croak or something like this, where it's just like a unit that's never gonna fight and you don't want it to die. That's probably where you'd use it. Or something that you can just stand at the front, like an Usharan, where you can just kind of just stand him there and take a charge, and then he can go first. It's pretty good with him still. But
I was saying this to Jim that to Karazai, it's a big nerf to Karazai, but to be fair, you can just go and charge him in and then power through it back if you're still in combat. Is what he said. But
I think Karazai is okay because he's got the -1 attack already, like on his War Scroll, so you're already probably not going to take that much damage when you charge in.
Yeah.
Krondus, though, it probably is a decent nerf because you can't just yeet him in to something random.
I never took Great Tools though with Krondi anyway.
Yeah, but you did do Bodyguard, right? So
sometimes prime target on the long stretch is still pretty good.
Yeah. But I think in general it's a nerf to like I think probably the biggest nerfed model is probably a Lariel with that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, stuff like that. Alarial. It's weird. It's weird. I don't know how much of a difference it actually made. The time that it was a really big problem, but they killed the problem before they did this was the Severith.
Yeah.
But then they killed the problem. Like the -1 attack king was Severith and his mate, and he's like daddy mate dancing around. These two foxes just shaking hands and going, "You can't do anything." But they killed that before this nerf comes, so it's not that. Like my Avlanor Alarith list, it's still the same because I want you to charge me. So it doesn't do anything.
Well, yeah. So if you can like stand in the front with the monster, it's fine, right? It's just if you're playing something where you want to like send him in and then be in aggressive position with the bodyguard and the thing, it's just less good. So Valinor's probably fine. Usharan's fine. But something like Kragnos is probably quite a bit worse. I mean, Bodyguard, you didn't take that off on a Kragnos anyway, but for the armies that would, it is a bit worse, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but the way we play Kragnos is he's never in a situation where he's doing that anyway.
No, I think with the Kragnos army, you'll go probably a +1 Ren now, I think. Although I don't know. Honestly, with Gits, you basically have nothing that's useful now. Because yes, you can take.
You probably just do nothing to stop their prior targets.
Yeah.
Or whatever else they want to pick.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so as always, I will remind people that we play a lot of teams, and so not all of this is going to be singles. If you want to know how to win singles, just be good at the game. Okay, that's. Because honestly, in singles, that matters way more than anything about what army you're playing. But you can use this tier list as a guide of what's possibly the best in singles, but we are kind of talking from people who play teams a lot. Yep.
Yeah, that's why some stuff a bit higher than others.
Yeah. Okay, so, we just go in order. So, Deepkin. I played 80 Thralls for about 5 games this week.
I still think it's the same as what we put in before. B.
Yeah, it's definitely lower B.
I think it was quite high B. It was quite high B before.
It's moved down in my estimation. The main thing that's bad about it is like Prize Beast doesn't do anything because your Leviathan already has +1 to hit. So if you go to like 2s with Leviathan, it'll be sick. But nah, doesn't really do much.
Burn.
Seraphon. Kroak is really good. It's a problem.
And all the monsters.
Yeah, this army's really good. I don't know if it's S tier, but I'd be happy putting it in A, I reckon. Yeah.
Is the engine good again?
I mean, it's 180 points. I mean...
Is Ark of Sotek good again?
The Ark of Sotek is... that's criminal for 230. That is actually criminal.
Yeah, but luckily, you can't do the same ability over and over
No,
again.
you can only take one, really, but it's still horrible.
And the solar engine. Do you like the solar engine?
Less much. Yeah. I just like Kroak and Croxagores, personally. I think that's...
Solid B, then.
No. I think it's A. It is a really good army, I think. Maybe. Lower A.
That list has got no someone in.
Let's go lower A, and we can move it down to B if we find a bunch of stuff that's better. Alright, Fire Slayers.
D!
Yeah, it is D. Now, okay, so the Magmadroths might be alright. I haven't actually played it yet, so I can't speak to whether the Magmadroths are really good, but I can tell you the foot stuff is not good. So, yeah. That's where we are now.
It went 5-0 in like somewhere down south. It was probably like 10 people or something, but
I will say the Flame Seekers sound like a good idea, right, as an anti-monster thing, but they actually don't have any monster tech against most of the monsters in the game. So, like, they only reduce damage of companion weapons, which is not great. And I think if you're playing Ogre Maw tribes, the last of your worries is the damage that's going to happen in the combat phase when you're a Fire Slayer.
You've lifted half their army with more wounds.
I think taking like 60 mortal wounds between shooting and the hero phase and charges is probably more the issue. Yeah. so yes. No, not great. KO are a lot better. I don't know if it pushes them out of B though.
No, it doesn't. Come on. It's
not
real.
No, I think they're like here.
It's not real.
The -1 to hit's huge, but you do get murdered by mortal wounds, so the ogres of the world are a problem, I think. Daughters of Cain. Bin.
Shooting is definitely better, but KO shooting is not better.
Yeah. Daughters of Cain are bin. They're actually terrible. Yeah.
They just can't work. Terry,
it's so
Terry.
sad.
Poor Terry. It takes me every day going, I just can't make them work.
They're just bad. Yeah.
Poor guy. Go back to Sylvaneth.
It's +2 movement. It just doesn't mean that much when you already have a bunch of movement mechanics. I don't see it. Yeah. Lumineth. So what's interesting about this army is it is one of the armies that has really good shooting, and there's just not that much really good shooting, but shooting is really good. If you know what I mean. Like the shooting in the game now is really good, but
no one's doing anything with it at the moment. But
it definitely, in my head, it definitely has the potential to be A tier, probably.
it does, yeah. It's floating in between those two.
Yeah, it's got some serious potential for sure.
There's a lot in A though, so I don't know if it goes in A.
Yeah, no, I'd put it B. Yeah. Stormcast. It's still S tier. That was not wrong. That's it is like I think the builds are probably going to be slightly different. Yeah, I've been playing a build like a warrior chamber focus thing that's felt better than what I used to be playing. I don't think the dragons are as good as they were, but they're still solid, I think.
Oh, all right, yeah.
But I think there's about 17 different lists with Stormcast, and one of them will be S tier. So, yeah, that's
Great Guard's all right as well, isn't it?
Oh yeah, with prize beast, that's yeah, that's a problem. Yeah.
I don't think it's a problem. It's just it makes them better than they were before. We're not like a massive bot.
Cities of Sigmar. So again, it's an army that has good shooting, and it actually
is it good shooting?
I don't.
Good shooting?
So I think the builds that are not the shooting builds, so like the executioners and hammerers, are like a lot worse actually, than they were, because this is an army that wants to take an early double. You get punished for doing that now, and then also like monsters coming in and then hitting you like and then powering through backwards is just a problem if you're playing like a full infantry army.
It's definitely a problem.
You just get stuck. I think I would be happy putting these in probably C. Yeah, unfortunately. Look, the shooting has potential, but I think the melee aspect of it is a lot worse now, is my opinion. Yeah.
Cannons are not real as well. Tried it once.
See? No, okay, hold on. It's better than Deepkin and KO. We got to put it B. Okay, but it's not amazing. Sylvaneth. Okay, so here's my problem with Sylvaneth.
Deepkin and KO are in C.
That's fair.
There's too many.
Okay, I'll put KO here for now. As I said with Deepkin, I'm happy to move it down. But KO, I think we can stick here for now, probably.
We're gonna get a lot of Deepkin haters, even though I am the Deepkin king. Like
so, he is the Achillean king. Yes,
I'm the Volturnos. I'm an Eidolon.
Okay, so
I'm the Salmon Cannon.
So when we go to Sylvaneth, I have a problem here, right? So the game now, you have to do damage. There is no if, buts, any ways around it. If you don't do damage in the game now, your army sucks. I don't know if this army does enough damage.
Sylvaneth is solid B.
Yeah. I would not put it in A because I just think the damage is...
It does do damage. Spike Revs do a lot of damage for what they are.
Yeah, but you need to be able to like kill something. That's the problem.
Box.
Yeah.
You need the alignment. The alignment.
All right, Nurgle. All right, here's my hot take. You ready?
Nah, this is not better than C.
I think it's D. I think it's terrible.
I agree.
I think it's like
your hot take. No, I was about it's easy.
No, I think it's so bad.
Max would be losing his mind.
I thought it would be better, but you just stand there and there's armies now that just do 100 million damage and you just die. So yeah, it's not a grindy. Like, it is a grindy game if you're, like, the best grindy army. But if you're not the best grindy army, you just die. Because everyone's, building for it.
Is Ray using a different army yet?
No.
Is he still getting clapped?
I think he's struggling to find his way. Yes. Okay, speaking of grindy armies that are unfair. Skaven, okay? Alright, now... I've seen and I've played with this and played against it over the past week, and it's definitely S tier. I think I don't. So if you're a singles player, you need to come in with the understanding if you're going to play heaps of models that you might not win all your games because the army is really hard to play. And it is like the hardest army to play when you actually put 100 models on the table and not just shooting, okay? But being able to move 2 units in your opponent's hero phase with Kritok is, like, not fair. Like, at all. And the fact he's 180 points now, and you can easily get in a bunch of other shit, it's horrible, I think.
Top of A.
No. Because I think this is as good as Beast of Chaos. So,
Yeah, but Beast of Chaos is not in S tier.
Oh, that's a hot take. Damn. Oh, I'll get there. I agree with you, but we'll get there. All right, fine. We can put a top of A. We'll decide.
The problem. It's still anything that's in S has to have like very few weaknesses.
No, you can. Yeah, okay, that's fair. I just think with Skaven, it's like one of the best versions of the grindy army, play the map kind of thing. If that's your style, then you should play Skaven now. Yep. Okay, Beast of Chaos.
You could do lists that do big damage and die quick. You do lists that do big damage but can't play the missions very well, and you can do really recursion armies, but then they struggle against high damage.
And you get back pain and want to quit the game. So that's the negative side effects of the best one. Okay, Beast of Chaos. Why is it not S tier? Talk to me.
Because it still struggles against armies that have the -1 attack still. Like,
yeah, it's also like it's pretty bad against like Feck and these sorts of armies where you just have recursion, or it's also bad against armies that do 1 million damage. Yeah,
it's interesting. I don't think it's S tier, but it's definitely top of A.
Yeah, I agree.
Poor Phil, just watching him getting tabled by Geordie as Geordie's playing terribly.
Okay, Slanesh. All right, we're on the hype train. I'm not as much on the hype train anymore. All right. So my problem is that people do a lot of damage now, and Slanesh was already kind of bad at killing monsters. So there's a lot of monsters.
The Glutos Twin Soul build can just get overloaded with damage, and then the Blisspaths die.
Yeah. Or if you go on the demon stuff, you just don't really do enough damage. So I would put it towards the bottom of B, if I'm honest.
I don't know. Demonettes do an absurd.
Look, mate. Look, I don't know. I'll have to give it. I just would not put it in A right now. I think it's like sort of in the same spot as Lumineth.
It's better than Sylvaneth.
I don't know if it's better than Lumineth though, right?
I think Lumineth is top of B.
I'd put it like this probably, right?
I think they're both similar. Like Slanesh is just a.
It's a very similar army to Lumineth, isn't it? Yeah.
Depends on the build, I guess, but yeah.
All right, Colin.
I think it's bottom of A. In a good player's hands,
it's horrible. Yeah. I really wish this army was not good because it's just like the worst play experience, unfortunately. But it's
just got too many good tricks in it.
It's just horrible. Yeah. I kind of wish they didn't buff it, but I mean, Wrathmongers for 120 points is just ridiculous as well.
It still can't play slaves as 3d6 charge, but it's good. It is definitely good.
Okay, Slaves to Darkness.
See what I mean about Seraphon? Like that needs to keep sliding all the way down to the bottom of A. Nowhere near any of those armies in there at the moment.
No, it's worse than Khorne. Yeah. Okay, Slaves to Darkness.
S tier, just then move on.
Is it S tier?
It's the same.
I still haven't lost with it yet, to be fair. And playing all sorts of random shite. But yeah.
It's insane. It's so efficient.
So I think what the army has, you have the best way to remove stuff from the table, which is 10 Chosen double hitting or 6 Varangard double hitting. And you have the best
them anywhere on the board at any time.
And you have the best grinding war scroll in the game, which is Chaos Warriors. And you have like the best control piece in the game, which is Bellicor. So
throughout all the centuries of Warhammer.
So yeah. So, yeah. It's also like the range, right? That's what makes it so good is, like, when you're playing a melee army versus something like ogres, where they spend a lot of the early game doing nothing, and same with the Gargants, being able to just have the whole board threat range with 10 chosen coming out of a silver tower, it just gets past this problem of them standing in the corner doing nothing while they charge up. They just can't do that versus slaves. You're just in straight away as soon as you want to go. Yeah. So good. Okay, Zinch. It's not good.
Zinch is S tier.
No.
No, it's insane. The army's insane. You can put it where you think you put it.
Top of A. I'll compromise for top of A, alright?
It's a joke, the army.
It's still horrible to play against, isn't it?
Like, even the Zangor build, like, Enlightened on disc. Like, what is going on?
Yeah. Alright, Flesh Eater Quartz. Yeah. It's not S tier. I wanted to say that. It's not.
No, we overreacted.
We read the hype. So the problem is, you still can just lose a whole unit and then just get doubled and then die. That's the problem. So.
Yeah.
So.
You definitely can.
And a lot of these top armies can just murder you, right? Like Slaves and Stormcast can just run through you. And in Khorne, you got Murderlust, so you can kind of stop them from doing heaps of damage to you.
Yeah.
I kind of shoot for like a little bit above Seraphon, to be honest. I think it's like lower A kind of vibe. It's going to feel amazing when you play it like the first time, but I think when you start to play lots of games with it, you'll see the error in some of it.
It will roll over mistakes and less experienced players.
Yeah.
To make it feel like it's an S tier army.
And all of this shit that's lower than it in the tier list, it like it's not even a game. Like it's just over. Like they can't do enough damage. Yeah. But all the stuff above it, it's hard. Yeah. Okay, Soulblight. So I played some Soulblight this week, and in teams it's great, because it can kind of just never die and stand there, and you can pre-game moves, so getting locked in is not a problem. But
this is the army. There's very few of them now. This is what I called a Tobias list. Well, Tobias army. He gives it to like one of his. He's like I don't know. They're not as experienced players.
What if they're watching this show, Luke, and they're like, "I'm the one on Soulblight." No.
Get me 7 points. Right? No matter what you do, get me 7 points. This is one of those armies that Tobias does with Team Germany.
Yes.
If you want to do that, I don't recommend it. Although it probably actually works in the New Worlds, doesn't it? The new system.
But I would say if you're going to go to a singles event, I think there's a decent chance you might go 0-5. Now, all of those games will be close, but you could go 0-5. All right? So with that in mind, you probably can't put it out of D, to be honest. Maybe you could go C. Probably C, right? But...
No. It's above Deepkin.
Okay.
It's above KO. It's above KO. Like, how does KO
Okay.
do that
All right. We'll put it in B. I don't want to put Okay, we'll put KO in C. Fine. Well, I'll budge.
It keeps going down. KO just keeps going down.
All right, OBR.
Problem with KO is Prio Target fully killed the army the way they did.
I know. OBR. It's still really good. Like.
Yeah, it was S before. It's back down to B. It's still in B.
I don't think I can put Feck above it. I just don't. It just like it for Archive. I don't know. Does it?
Come on.
It's probably.
It's not being.
It's probably here. I don't know. It's probably somewhere in this zone. I do think it's better than all these B tier armies, and probably the same sort of region as Seraphon. Maybe.
There's a list there. There's a few lists there that people aren't playing at the moment.
Why don't we do this? All right, I think this makes sense.
Work it out yourselves. But there's an OVR list there that's.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually think Mortek Guard are pretty good, you know. But people will work it out.
Not in a monster matter.
Maybe not. But I'd probably put them like here, something like that. All right, Nighthorn.
if I was Slaanesh or Luminous, I'd just batter Seraphon left and right. Like Krogus just, mate, Seraphon's not there.
Okay, fine, fine. We can put it here.
Even Sylvan have to be like licking their lips into Seraphon, surely.
It's fallen down. It's good. Okay, cities is where we can stop it. All right, that's.
Yeah, we can stop it there. Yeah.
All right, I think Nighthaunt is fully bin. All right, I think this army is not good. Okay. Do you have any counter arguments?
I don't agree. Just take units that didn't go up in points.
Yeah, well, Grimgar Reapers went up 10, but that's what you take now. But I like. And by the way, by bid, I think the lowest I can go is B tier. But I'm just saying, relative bid is what we're talking about here.
Top half B.
Yeah.
Top half B.
I just say it's not. It's worse than OBR and Lumineth and Slaanesh.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go there.
Not Slaanesh.
That's debatable, I think. All right, the two bigs. The two bigs. All right, the two bigs. So, give me an argument why Ogres is not S tier. Because I've played this shit, and it feels like it's not fair.
I've played it, but if it does not win that roll off against the higher damage army, it's not done enough damage. It's getting tabled.
Well, you say that, but it's still.
And it's not auto. The 5 order is not auto.
I mean, it depends how many priests you run. I mean, some people have been running 6 priests or whatever, right? So
I know, but you still got to roll a 6 turn 1.
Well, no, you got counter prayer, right? So you got
them rolling 1.
Oh no, it's not. It's not auto top of 2. No, but bottom of 2, it should happen. Yeah.
Yeah, it should. Yeah. No, it's not S because there's a few armies that I know would just batter that.
Okay, it's rubbish against Khorne. I want to say that. That's like the worst. Murderlust just ruins your whole day. So rubbish against Khorne. Great against Feck.
I think Beast of Chaos is just murder it as well.
Yeah, maybe because you can start off the board and then Stormcast and Slayers murder it and Tzeentch murders it. Okay, so we probably go like here then, right? Yeah.
And then Skaven depends on the build, but definitely murders it. Rattling Guns is like a roll off. Whoever gets the roll off wins.
Yep. All right. Gargants. Okay. Now, so if you want to murder your opponent and do 1,000,000 damage and go to the bar, this is the army. All right. Okay. Because Gargants is so easy to be 2-drop, right? And there's a bunch of armies that go on 3-drop now. And if you get the double into 2 after full sending, you will table your opponent with this army now. The damage is insane. Now, the durability is bad, okay? So it's like the total opposite of what it used to be. This is not a stand on circles army anymore. This is a push stuff off circles army now. Which is probably what it always should have been.
Yeah. Well, it used to do both. When it first came out.
Well, when King Broadstomp was there, it did both as well. Yeah. So I don't know if it's better than any of these A tier armies, but it's probably like bottom of A. I think it's better than the B tier armies from what I've played so far. Because it's one of those armies where it's really hard to do like do not wave or anything like that because everything just does so much damage. It's hard to do tactics versus Gargants still. Yeah. What do you reckon?
Okay, just bang 2 megas off.
Well, no, you don't guarantee kill 1, do you? That's the problem. It's not. I don't think that's guaranteed, is it? I have to go do the math, but probably not.
I don't know. I need to play against it. I can't comment. But bottom of A, if you've played it a few times, so we'll go with what you say.
Yep. That's
so
not.
I have played this. I've played this.
Gits.
Oh. No. Oh yeah, I played Gits, but.
What do you reckon of Gits now?
I think it's S2.
Do you? Okay. Run me through. Why is it S2?
Because it's now a combat army. It's now a combat meta. The shooting's gone away. The army's insane. If you're a good player, but if you're a well-oiled player and you understand why they're S tier, then it's S tier. If you can't do any of those things, it's D tier.
Okay. I will say, Nighthaunt being worse makes his army way better, because that was always the horror matchup.
And OBR, right?
Yeah, and OBR. So.
And now OBR will lean into these builds that the Gits list loves.
Yeah, like crawlers or whatever, right? You just
trade so much better than the OBR now.
Yep. Yeah.
It won't beat the Stormcast. Stormcast is like its ultimate counter if they're a good.
I think if I'm honest, I think there's another tier up here, which is Stormcast tier. I think like it is way better than all of these armies. Like if I when you're playing Stormcast, and I was playing that the other day, I just felt like a superhero. It was insane. Just could never go wrong.
There's just loads of stuff in Stormcast that's good is the problem, because all the points changes, all the stuff that nobody ever looked at. Now you look at it and it's like, well, that's really efficient if you can deliver it.
Which you can, because they gave them +2 move, yeah.
And other stuff that people didn't really use. Right. Yeah, I think it's S tier, but...
So again, in the YouTube comments,
you can... skill-based. Incredibly skill-based.
Kill us in the YouTube comments again. Stu's put stabbers in S tier again. No, okay, I'm actually going to come out on this video and say stabbers are not the one, okay? In this matter, take the squigs and the trogs, people, alright? Alright?
And Kragnos.
And Kragnos. Yeah. Okay, Cruel Boys.
A D. Just read the book.
No, not the new one. No, we're not talking about the new one, alright? I'm not doing that. The new
one, it's out.
No, it's not out.
It's pointless doing the old one.
Oh no, I'm not. No one's gonna play in tournaments with the new one, so we're doing the old one, all right? Until it's
the new one's
officially
out. Like, everyone's gonna have their holidays. And
no,
it's
no.
But that's just not doing because it's pointless. No one's gonna play the army until next couple of weeks.
Let's just put let's do a rating for both. Okay, so D is the new one, and then what is it right now? All right, B probably.
Yeah, solid B tier army. And it turns into an A tier army when it's on its missions that it loves.
Yeah. Bone Splitters. All right, I apologize for last episode. I did play a game with them, and they're still not good. So I'm okay. Then Iron Jaws.
It's in D, and it stays in D. DD. We'll go through it. When a new book comes. It's very, very upsetting. If you think Big War has saved the day, let's just go through this. You don't mighty destroyers anymore. You'll move 4, right? You'll move 4 with these little lads that don't mighty destroyers. And if you play somebody that wants to go in and kill them so you can resurrect them, well done. Doesn't make the army good. It's terrible.
See, I'm one of these Iron Jaws hater people where it's like Iron Jaws getting a bad book is like my Christmas. So it's
it's really bad when Altman texts you going, I don't think I'm going to come back to that. And I'm like, please. Okay, I'll use corn. So you're not even using your army that you were waiting to come back. Okay, I'll use corn. Come back to me, Altman, please.
Oh, we've lost him forever. The time of the orc is definitely not now, unfortunately.
The next tier list, we have to get pictures of all the regiment renowns because it's starting to become a thing now.
Yes.
You got First Prince.
Well, First Prince is here. Shall we do a First Prince? What do we reckon of First Prince?
It's still really high, right? It's like middle of A.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Because it still has access to a lot of the best war scrolls. You've got Be'lakor, who's horrible.
With a 4 at board, it's real fun. Yeah, if anyone hasn't played against
probably maybe even higher than that, but I've just not played it.
It's like it's not very good at winning big. I think actually, if you're gonna play singles only, this is a really good army to go 5-0 with and just score and just win by a little bit every game. It's one of the best armies for doing that, I think.
I think that if we want to quickly do singles, I think if you're an extremely good cities player that doesn't mind whatever you have in your list.
Yes.
Because I've seen Philip win with it.
Yeah.
I've seen that Canadian guy. He's really good, isn't he? Was he called Jacob or something?
You mean like
Rhino?
Rhino? Yeah. I think Dennis is his real name. Yeah.
I don't even Dennis. I've never seen him lose.
Yeah. No, he murders everyone with that army. Yeah.
They're like the singles armies. These armies that are like you make it your own.
Yeah, and I think like Cruel Boys as well, and Lumineth. I think those sorts of armies should be pretty good in singles. Yeah. And then some of these armies down the bottom are actually probably even worse in singles. Like I reckon if you were gonna take Bone Splitters in singles, I'd probably put it in E tier. Iron Jaws in singles, I'd probably put it in like Z tier. like this way down there. Yeah. But
Sad.
And then probably Gitz is probably maybe
great singles army. Yeah.
Maybe stronger than Slaves in singles. I don't know. So probably this doesn't change. Maybe Zinch goes to S tier in singles. I think Zinch probably goes to S in singles.
If I put my Gitz list on the table and I'm playing Slaves, I'm licking my lips.
And you're playing Slaves.
I'm playing against Slaves.
Oh right.
I'll pass to Slaves.
Yeah.
It's just Stormcast. It's like if you haven't got any obscuring and they've got long strikes, it's just not a game.
Yeah, so that's one of the trends I've observed this week is that a lot of people bring in monsters, and so because of that, shooting is really good. Yep.
Yeah.
So yes, long strikes went up 20 points, but if you can just instantly murder like 4 Stonehorns,
no one did it before. And they're not doing it now, but if you want to run 18 long strikes, it's probably the best Stormcast list. But no one wants to do that. Bar someone who used to be a very nice guy, but it's called Gareth, and I've changed him.
His whole life changed, didn't he? He won an event, and then now he's the UN captain going to Worlds because he played 18 long strikes. His whole life changed overnight because he decided to become a villain. So let that be a lesson for all of you people out there. If you wanna become a Warhammer master, you must first accept your Sith ways. Yes. All right. That pretty much wraps it up. I'm going to enjoy getting roasted in the comments again for Gitz and S tier, but let it be known that it was not my fault this time.
Gitz tried to say it was B tier in the last show. I had to make him put it in A tier. And now he's accepting his S tier. What does that say? What does that say, people?
I'm sick of getting destroyed in the comments. I'm sick of it.
Don't nerf my army.
Don't nerf my They're coming for me next. They've nerfed Nighthorn and OBR. They're coming for me next. It's B tier. I'm hiding.
Quickly put it in D.
All right. We'll see you all next time. Cheers. Thanks.
See you later, guys.
Bye.